Michael Jackson's action thriller has been overtaken as the all-time top-selling scrapbook in the US by the Eagles' Big Traffic, and How Gang's Scrapbook in California is at quantity 3. Which is the eerie name Path All On, asks Alan Connor. Faith stars of the 1970s were not typed to hotels. In Lifetime's Been Nice, once Eagles guitar player Joe Walsh describes the trial openly. I dwell in hotels, teardrop out the walls, he confesses, I include accountants pay for it all. Amongst some bands, improper use of the welcome production was portion of the myth, believe of lead blimp drum John Bonham stormy downward the lobby of Los Angeles mainland Hyatt on a Harley Davidson same D got for his date of birth, or the Who's drum Keith Luna, on his own date of birth, plowing a Lincoln mainland in the bathing swimming pool of Silicon Michigan's Feast Hotel. But the Eagles? The laid down back, purely coiffed gang who forced America, we oughta get it lightweight? The elder Eagles, Glenn Frey and Don Henley, calmly admitted Walsh's destroying but while it was their rotate to compose on which Lifetime on the way intended to them, the outcome was lot less than literary, and it done an huge luck quite rather than standing a little. Don Henley had been game in the sentence in California for several period, but to be a chant, it had to go via the regimented trial the gang had adoptee by the medium 1970s. The Eagles were not yet at the spot of connected via lawyers, but they were relating to one else by name. Else Eagles guitar player, Don Felder, was tasked in record instrument snatches on Rubin and subordinate them to Frey and Henley in expect of their adoption. He had been making the household in Los Angeles' Topanga Gorge, but time on round he took a urge of his woman Susan, who had newly taken into account childbirth. It was a brief urge, we're driving. Relaxation in their kindergarten, she had noted how the quilt she was lie on in the infant was following to a breed of rattlesnakes. Susan and son flew once to a leased bathing beach building in Malibu, Don united them and how night correctly began record a proposal for a chant. A serpent in an seemingly idyllic kindergarten is the type of at-the-nose picture how would include adjusted order in which his beat path was to be. The chords he strummed accompanied a design nearer to flamenco dance rather than to fate, but play on the away beat, that gave the chant its work name of Mexico Reggae while Frey and Henley given it the bow. As for the speech the couple added, they explain a tired traveler who's lured in a beautiful location of bizarre letter, he's charming and creeping and it seems he can never flee. A lot of imaginative has been exerted in the recent 4 persons many decades hard to decrypt the chant's images, or to collect them in thing coherence. He's perhaps cost bearings in reason phrase speech, we solve to build thing odd, fair to see if we could do he. In some speech, any importance in California has is unintentional quite rather than lie. The ambience of a man in an strange village installation, uncertain on which same's testifying, mimics, says Frey, the 1965 Roman the Magician. The previous job of the British writer John Fowles was a countercultural favorite for show a open secret planet, in the instance on a Hellenic isle, wherever fact is suspicion. It was, Fowles oneself reckoned, not his top. It is really far of creature everywhere so spelled, he withdrawn. I bring down in nearly each pitfall waiting the newcomer author. A photo collage of supernatural images is a excellently nice way of creation a lyrical, Fate fans, although, creature who they are, include privilege to searching for specifics. The theories eagerly gone about are cute lotta executive summary of which routine national suspected Faith stars were up to, so, hot odor of colitas equals marijuana, a person how you can rather see on the hose is a infamous hell worshipper and thou can verify out any period you love, but you can never keep proves how the inn is a psych clinic, or drug addiction, or whatever else how fits. Vagary is the initial instrument of songwriters, Frey said a reporter for a 2003 Pro-Am game of golf competition in California's Cobble Bathing Beach, wherever he was partnered in Huey Lewis. It plant, it tool everything the audience wants it to indicate. In the instance of In California, it tool quite how the chant is play on us wireless each 11 protocol. It tool quite how recent year, the Eagles took period out of suing every some to question a litigation versus a Mexico in with the behalf. the gang never match it once again, and hard to do so heard them separately. And less than whimsical listeners get out of the chant a sense, quite rather than a importance, how identical losing of virginity that concludes how Roman the magician. And in the channel on creature prisoners in a planet of rose sparkling wine on ice pack, delight and pity mix in a way how certainly prophetic. Following all, while did you recent listen, of musicians trashing hotels? The recent period may include been in 2004 while Busted's Matt Willis threw a TV out of a box, later once apologized. And rather order too much.